Okay, good afternoon. Today, there was one main purpose for which we were in court, and it was to deal with an application we filed asking the first respondent to produce for inspection certain documents. Now, this was founded on a request we made to the first respondent on 19th January 2020, that the first 2021, sorry, that the first respondent should produce for our inspection the constituency and regional collations sheets, the regional and constituency summary sheets, as well as Form 13. We also wanted to find out from them the basis for the different corrections that they had made. So we filed an application, and our counsel made it very clear that the reason for which we are asking for all these sheets is the fact that, yes, we have, for example, the constituency and regional sheets. However, we need to know the basis for the different figures that the EC keeps coming up with. You recollect that there's a figure of the 9th declaration, which was quoted as the valid votes. There's the alleged correction that was made on the 10th. There's also the figure of 13,121 plus, which they quoted in their paragraph 24 of their answer, which was a sort of acknowledgement of what we were saying in our petition. So they've come up with different figures. We don't know the basis for which they have come up with those figures. And therefore, we needed to see the originals of those documents to be able to make our own assessment before we cross-examine the first respondent's witness. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court did not agree with our request. It refused our application on the grounds that these are documents that are in our custody. But while the Supreme Court has ruled, there's not much we can do, but we disagree with the fact that all these documents are said to be in our custody, and therefore we are not entitled to it. You heard the two witnesses that have testified so far. Both of them, for example, have said the Form 13. They have never seen or signed the Form 13. And that is at least one document that we don't have in our custody, the most important document of all. We've never seen it. Again, we've made it clear that we were not part of whatever discussions happened at the EC when the different corrections were made. And therefore, we need to see the basis for those corrections. Well, we've been denied that opportunity by the court. But that's not the end. We'll still continue with our case. Questions?
Counsel, at the close of proceedings yesterday, Mr. Chikata had indicated that depending on whether this request was granted or not, it may determine the possibility of calling another witness. We saw at the close of proceedings that another request was made about a potential witness. We know we are not supposed to know the specifics of that particular decision, but we just wanted to find out, is it a case that you are going to call another witness, or has that request been granted and you don't have to file a witness statement for another witness to come?
As you saw, I did not enter the room with the counsel and the judges. We are not privy to that discussion, and it's not for public consumption. That's why it was held in camera. You notice that when His Lordship, the Chief Justice, came and adjourned the case, he did not give any details. I do not have the details either.
All right. We know that he who alleges also bears the burden of proof. You have come to court without certain facts that prior to filing the case in court, there were some communications put out there to suggest that you did have all these facts. Indeed, today we get the impression that this application was an afterthought. You were not prepared for it. You had 21 days to have been able to put all these facts together. Why didn't you do that earlier on? Was it an afterthought?
You're entirely wrong. Maybe you misunderstand our case. We have stated clearly what our case is, and it is based on the declaration of the EC. Based on the declaration of the EC that no candidate got more than 50%. It's based on the fact that there have been so many corrections to that figure which nobody knows the basis of. And that is why we say that the declaration is null and void. We have come fully prepared for this case. And in any case, the EC is supposed to be an impartial part of this whole election process. What do they have to hide? What prejudice will be occasioned to them if they produce the documents for us to see? None whatsoever. If you conducted your activities as EC chair, fairly, transparently, impartially, why will you not produce the documents for us to see?
I want to also ask about the impact of the application that was denied your side on the case going forward. Are we expecting to see you call another witness, or would say that based on what we have seen so far, the two witnesses you have already called are the witnesses you have to make your case with?
I think you've just asked the same question another guys. You all see what will happen on Friday.
Yeah, I want to find out how strong your case is now, looking at the number of applications dismissed by the court.
We still think we have a very strong case. We are very, very certain about the case we have before the court. Irrespective of the fact that our applications have been refused, we came to court prepared. We are ready to continue with the case, and we will go through with the case till the very end.
The case has been adjourned to Friday. On Friday, are we expected to see your side cross-examining Madam Jean Mensah?
The case has been adjourned to Friday. The Chief Justice did not tell us what is happening on Friday. We'll all see what will happen in court on Friday. Thank you. Chief.
You are for Yabedam was say Yabebo and NDC ewo court tofa ewo twika semua. Ni nyina ne se ene yabaye ye lawyer e de ebisade eto Supreme Court no enim se on share the first respondent the Electoral Commission of Ghana. Na enkrata omugina so e de ebobo aba it declares Omampenye Kufuado now winning the 2020 presidential elections. Omon Famra Court na afafa ni nyina etimi ahwehwem ahwese enkrata ni nyina dimu a bibia ededa nakwam. Enti eno ho arguments enenne ye lawyer Chachuchi Kata ya mutibi no. Na asem wo kan ye ne tofa bo mu nyina ne se sa documents aye ka ho asemi se court no anhye Electoral Commission for amoma mfa ma court ama ya anhwehwe mu a enya de a atentene ni betumi aye adwuma na yatumi ehu emmadodo a epiem ewo 2020 presidential elections ni mu na senti okasa ne se yakoto abato baako de bia da yete results for on 7th December 9th December Jean Mensah or returning officer o declare results no the figures be two dwa what say oboso or the total valid votes or the two dwa in that declaration, you know, 13,434,574 kwansima ade achen ya na mami asanso asesana no e the figures for fraba the room 13,433,573 after the total valid votes in Ukraine, another figure 13,119,460. You be peer court or so. No, was answer the figure for Fraba. So figure we jina so they declare abanama o mampenye kufuado no. Say there 13,121,111. Let's say according to lawyer Chachuchi Kata no, figures no adoso. Ye nim the documents in krata ECA jina so the figures we nyina eba. It is a attentry ninti ni aba court. No krenti ni aba court. Ni pese pere yo ye adwuma dia. And ye need mu na o stress court no be hye EC. Na mo de san krata na ba na ye nyina yetimi ahwehwe. Na sa request isu se bio enya no kre se eye ne ya na o make sa request na te se de ye nuanom e kan ye. O ye sa request no through ade a ye friend no mutual discoveries as far back as 19th January. Senka we de e ma court krampo mam ya ye ho no mpenyifo so utimu fitati am wanku. It is a when you boni bia dia ma yen hwe wo documents a wugina so dey for sa figures a wodo nyina bai. But the name say EC4 anti asienti enene wode service ade ebeto court no enim. Court no de natemu bai. De mo kan ne say omo ne anya adwen nti enya de omo be hye EC ama omo de sankrata no aba court amayahwe because sa documents a ye pese EC4 de ba no ye woni nyina emra ne say at every level of the election process and I was say ye di be my agents na eho ena ni die mu ye ne court no enya adwen esan say we hwe dance a eda court nanim na bibia kire pefe say documents no bebre wo ha NDC for ye ni bi. For example, document a ye friend of form 13 enra yera Dr. Chris White dance mu ho ba asem wo be hwe a judge ba ko e de sa form ne kire no e sa form no ena Mensa na electoral commission for say omo wi abato no ho adwuma nyina wie no omo record ma obi anya ye wo so ma agency nsan na wo Dr. Chris White dance mu te say wo kire mu say some running po ano mo yes ade na omo as agency no mu ni ho because na Mensa dada omo ama omo free wo say omo ne the flag bearer of NDC kwa ko din kita ho bi. It is half from 13 no omo ndi kosua say enhu bi yamfa ama omo krampo na campus o maka say yen sign na ye reason ni enti omo ni bi and for that matter NDC ni bi enti hot ye ni die mu ye ne court na nya adwen say documents are ye bisa ye ni nyina ye wo bi because clearly no ye need from 13 whether duplicate or original ebiem it can be correct to say oh pink sheet polling station mu obi constituency summary sheet mu obi regional coalition sheet mu obi yes but ye nyina ye wo bi ye de ye declaration we on the 9th no eno achi Mensa ne kwa ne isifu akwa kwhye kukuom asesa no ensesa omo ye nyina no so no ye gidi se ejina nkrata bi so omo sesa ne we no masan so akwosesa ne biem omo masan so akwosesa ne biem enti enkrata omo gina so de sa different figures na ba ne ye ni bi enti sa wo kasa ye wo documents ni nyina adenti ne ye san so bi sa omo a na ne diemu ye ne wonya adwen because the foundation documents for the different figures they have churned out are not in our possession. It is a ye san krata na esi den na wo behu se we na ye krata papa isi for use na we nye papa na de twato wo be kaya Eastern region coalition sheet e ho abasem coalition sheet na koye mienu ni nyina isi for de omo sa ahase ba isi for a kire se ba ko ye papa ba ko nye papa say easy for emphasize our originals now omodia ye omo declaration and all the corrections now ma esi then na NDC ye which of these two documents the EC used for declaration ye challenge it is not the case say NDC for ye ni adanse bia na aba court ye ba be hweda bi ba ye nyina ya ba court ye no kra ni atentre ne pese ye adwuma na electoral commission ni moto ye transparency fairness and integrity. Now no na say wa ya abato bibia da wo fan o mampenye kufu ado awene na fe fankrata ugina so di hu so mampenye kufu ado awene no bra na ye nyina ye hwe a wo se me ma won fa wani kosua mpo nya dan enhwe ti we asem se ba ye beja ya magana fo na mo ankasa mabua ba ye de ye wogidie mapase no kre ohoi eye ba kope aso nyame kokruko itato we no kre wa asem we bia mu no ebepie whether or not this application has been granted or refused enti efie da court the share say emra ye beba so ye hwe ni mu say ye sanso no mu be hia bi meda mu nyina mase se mo ba thank you